my channel. In this video, we are giving you part 2 of the Creator Truth or Drink. Y'all, we spill all the tea. And if you haven't seen part 1, make sure you check it out. It's going to be right there above Leslie's head. Go ahead and click it. Check out part 1 and then come back. This is part 2. We spilling all the tea, honey. So if y'all ready, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, baby.
Period. Have you ever lied about a product or experience to your followers?
I lied about back then.
What did you lie about?
Their products were not good.
We did a whole giveaway.
Their products were not good.
I like their products, except for their edge control. They lied about that.
That edge control.
The edge control is water.
Never edging. Not on my
That
edge.
whatever they had in that little tub, that little white cream. Now it did work for you.
Yeah.
It did not work for me. But me and you have different hair types.
No, true.
All their products are so water based, and I just think that my hair is not. Like my hair is too like silky textured. For a lot of, I need something that's gonna stick to my hair. I need something a little thicker. So whenever I would do collabs with them, I'm not gonna lie, I used to sub them out with and post it, right? Like if I wanted my hair to turn out good.
And
I
have never.
That's
legit.
that is
never.
I lie.
No, that's a lot. No, yeah.
I tried so much to make them products work for my hair, y'all. I was trying so hard to make. I tried watching them.
That is crazy.
Well, I know I wouldn't do it again now, cause now I've just gone back to brand them and like, this doesn't work for me.
Share a cringeworthy moment from your early days as an influencer.
There's so many.
I'm not sure, but I would just say what's most cringiest to me now is just all the work I was doing on them wigs for 100 days.
At the time when I first started creating, I was not trying to broadcast like my channel to my chain of command because I was in the
I
military.
remember.
I was in the military then, and I really made it a few years before people started to like ask me. And there was one guy, well, I'm gonna say two-part story. One guy in my unit who was so like obsessed with me. He comes back with information. He was like, so you got a YouTube? And he said it in formation with everybody there. And I was like, bro, shut the up. Like, yeah. You know, like I couldn't like necessarily deny it at that point, but I was just like, you ain't gotta do all that. So anyway, that happened, and then we go on deployment, said in front of my senior rater, which is the person who sets my potential, that he was like, Leslie, I didn't know you said captain, or I think I was Lieutenant Hall, I didn't know you had a YouTube channel. And that motherfucker said, you have a YouTube channel? I said, motherfucker. I was using that as an outlet to
now y'all watching
my stuff, and now it can become something that y'all then communicate with me at work about. And I was like really, even though I was doing content like kind of military, like sometimes I would do like my car chronicles and I just so happened to be in my uniform, but I wasn't really making like hard down military content when I first started. Then when I went on my deployment, I had to, because I wouldn't have been able to push anything else out unless it was about the military. Like I was vlogging because I was in Poland, Germany. Like I was doing all that stuff, and then I did a few things about just being deployed as an officer and like other things like that. So then it kind of transitioned into more like military related stuff. But for the most part, it was vlogs, and that just, I felt like was my cringe moment, because again, I didn't set out for anybody to find out. Not that I was like keeping it a secret. Obviously it's public, but I wasn't walking into work like I'm
on my channel.
Yeah, like I wasn't broadcasting it, and I was just like, man. And I knew it was him. When he said it in formation. I was like, it's just a matter of freaking time. It's a matter of time. And then of course, when I was on deployment, I'm vlogging, so I have my camera, you know. So then it starts to like, people start to put the pieces together. So at that moment, at that time, I was like, you know, okay, it's cool if like everybody know. But then when my boss's boss found out, I was like, man, I just don't want to hear it.
Behind the scenes, what's something about influencer industry that fans might find surprising?
Girl, the gifted collabs be stupid, bro. Like, have this, like, I just don't
Commission
understand.
only.
Affiliates. Baby, we don't even use your. That would be getting me. Like, they'll hit you up in the DM, like, we'll give you commission based if you, but do I use your stuff?
Because
Like,
magic links and like the
now,
obsessed with it. Like,
if brands, eat for real.
I feel like your audience want to shop with a familiar retailer. So if it's available on Amazon,
If it's available on
I'm
Amazon, I'm gonna ask them
Amazon before I buy it on the manufacturer's site because they're gonna charge for shipping. But I already got Prime,
Yeah.
so if I get it on Amazon, so I feel like that's why I'm not.
But that's
huge
if it's on there.
Correct.
how much money people think it takes to go full time and how much money it actually takes to go full time.
Yeah.
It actually doesn't take
Taxes.
as much money. Yeah, it actually
Taxes.
it doesn't take as much money to go full time as people like. People are going full time before they hit like 100. You're thinking full time influencers are hitting 100K.
No, it's the brands that want all your raw footage for nothing on the dime.
Have you ever had a meltdown or a breakdown when you was creating content?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I would
Literally
say
all the time.
my worst,
Probably weekly.
my worst moment, like creating content, would be when my face was breaking out that I talked about. And I would say this year filming the Vlogmas intro, I filmed that 3 different days. And each time I was like, it's not giving.
All the time. The number one thing like to make me cry is after like the first revision. Anything after that, I'm probably gonna cry before or after I film it. I'm probably gonna start to be stressed out, or especially if it's like where they want like a very small change, but that very small change is gonna require me to refilm the whole video.
I would say I broke down. I would say I pissed the fuck off for sure. And it was with the organization who we work with, a brand that we did content for right before COVID, and we created it, produced it, sent it in, and they came back months later asking for revisions. When, baby, I don't no longer have my hair in a natural hairstyle.
Yeah.
And you won't have it. You won't have it done, and you will pay me because no one told you to take 3 months to decide what was wrong with it, and then send some feedback back and ask me to give back to you in a few days, like you crazy.
Fan interactions. What's the weirdest or funniest fan encounter you've had in real life? I would say one of mine.
Sorry. I'm thinking about mine. Oh, it was
One
crazy.
of mine was I was in like Marshalls or something like that, and I was looking big. And the lady like was checking me out. She was like, "Are you Slim Reshae?" I was like, "Oh, I had cornrow straight backs, hood on, like, and I was like,
not you
"Ooh."
trying to be incognito,
girl."
inconspicuous.
I was like, "Oh yeah, that is me," or whatever. And I was like, "Hey, girl." And that was embarrassing because I just felt like I looked bad, and at the time I felt like if people didn't see me like sun up and stuff, it was
yeah,
like,
it was
girl,
like,
who are you?
Yeah,
And
but they
then
recognize you, girl.
I would say the other time it wasn't like funny, but I was just so surprised to see this girl. We was out in Miami, and like we went to Bad Bunny Club. He got a club out there or something like that. So we was there, and this girl was like, "Oh my gosh, are you on YouTube?" And I was like, "Yes, girl." And my friends was hyping me up, and they was like, "Yeah, she's an influencer." And I was just like kind of embarrassed, but I was like, "Hey, girl." So I got to know her a little bit, and she had a Polaroid, and we took a picture together, and I have it. So
That's cute.
Oh, that's cute.
yeah, that was fun. What's yours?
Girl, so I had a girl. So I was also deployed, and I was in Germany, and she, I think, either DM me on Instagram or messaged me on YouTube and stuff. And she lived nearby, like, and at this point, I had took a trip to Frankfurt, and it was like it was like a time or a conversation about where, like, I really wasn't like super understanding of boundaries, because I think this was the first like fan I had for real. And I was like, this is crazy because I'm in a whole nother country and I have a fan in a whole nother country. And she was cool, still cool, like fast forward, still cool. But when we met, she came to my hotel, like the building, right? And
Warranted or
no, yes.
Oh.
Like we coordinated.
Oh, okay.
Right, like we definitely coordinated to meet. And I think she was like messaging me because she was in the lobby, and I think I was like either doing my makeup or my hair or something. So she was in the lobby for like
a little while.
Not even a long time though. Not like crazy, but definitely it wasn't like a I'm coming down to get you real quick when she first got there. She was probably there for maybe 10 minutes before I actually came down to get her. Mm-hmm. And sis was a little mad. Like she was like, her first like words to me was like basically what took you so long, or and I was like, well, hey girl, like what's up? And you ain't gotta be here. Like I wanted to let her have it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm sorry, but
we didn't have to do this.
We didn't. You know, like, appreciate you.
Yeah.
But you're here to see me. I was very humble in the moment. But on the flip side, I'm thinking like calm down. Because at the same time, like we didn't have to do this at all, like you were saying. Like we could have been in a far distant fan creator relationship. But I did actually coordinate the time to want to meet you. And I was just so happy to be doing something with your ass arrived. Mm-hmm. So calm down, you know? That was a bit awkward because I was kind of like...
Caught up guard.
Yeah.
I have one, which is like my good experience, where it's like my first time ever getting recognized. I was at a Nike store, like buying some shoes that had just came out. Fuck me, y'all. And
you walked right out of your life, baby.
And did. But
and
she came up to me in the line and she was like, "Are you such and such?" And I was like, "Yeah," because it was my first time ever getting like recognized, like somebody coming up to me, and I was just so like humbled and like, y'all know I'm a crybaby, so I was like,
"Not you cry."
You cried.
I was about to. My eyes was tearing up. I didn't shed a tear till she walked away, but I was tearing. I was like, "You know me?"
Soul ties is crazy.
Crazy.
Soul ties is crazy.
So there's that one, and the second one is a crazy one. This guy,
oh Lord,
it's a man. I went on a date with him, and he had asked me out because he found me on YouTube. He watched all my YouTube videos. He'd seen all of my content, and he asked me out, but did it like. I feel like it's weird if they don't disclose that they know you or know anything about you. Like,
how'd you find out?
Because when we were on the date, he started referencing things.
Not him telling you about you.
No.
No, girl.
No.
He wrote that back.
No man that I've ever dated, no matter how much they have loved and supported me, has sat down and been like, "Oh, you use this product for your twist out, huh?" Like, no man has ever done that.
Career highs and lows. So highs. What was your proudest moment in your influencer career so far?
I think my proudest moment, my highest moment was Melanin Maps. We would put on influencer events where we bridged campaigns with influencers to like build relationships and like cultivate really transparent environments for influencers to come together, somewhat of building like an influencer union type thing.
I would say my proudest moment in my influencer career would be when I got my 100K plaque. That was exciting. My first brand trip so far, and that was with Aunt Jackie's.
Oh.
I'll never forget.
They took out in Hawaii, right?
They didn't take me to Hawaii.
I'm sorry.
But it was me to Atlanta.
And you flew.
But it was amazing. So that, and then I didn't get flew out to LA this year, but next year I will for CurlyCon LA.
Amen.
Amen. In Jesus' name. And then I would say, dang, it was some more. Oh, my biggest contract to date. Like that was exciting. And lastly, I would say my creator series on my podcast too. I think it was really, really good.
I would say my proudest moment happened this year because I've really been hard on myself about like getting back to, I reference 2019 so much because I feel like that's where I was at my peak as a creator. And since then, with things that happen with the world, things that happen in my life, you know, transitioning out of the military and while being in the military and stuff, it's just been a lot. Like, I haven't really been able to get back to the work ethic that I had in 2019. But this year I got a brand partnership with Stryker, which paid me $8,500 for one reel. And I don't even think I did a story. It's a medical company. And I was able to share my story a little bit about my story on why I got out of the military, but also giving military people and anybody else information about how to improve any of their like medical conditions related to their ankles or their feet or whatever, which was one of the reasons I got out of the military. So it was helpful because I was able to do two of the things that I'm passionate about, which is helping military people, military veterans, and also creating content and being paid a pretty penny for it. So I felt good about that one. And they reached out to me, so I didn't really have to do, anything extra. So I feel like that's one of my proudest moments that happened this year.
Last question. If you could change one thing about the influencer industry, what would it be?
Gatekeeping. That's number one.
I feel like everyone should be paid equal regardless of whether you're black or white. I don't feel like there should be like a set. I feel like it's a little counterproductive for brands to have a set account for black influencers or influencers of color. I think like if you've noticed a problem where you don't have enough black or brown creators,
come on, 2020,
and you now decided to combat that problem by starting a diversity and inclusion fund within your brand with a set amount of funds, that those funds are still separate from your overall creator and influencer fund. So a white creator is still able to go into that overall fund and get paid maybe $20,000 where there's probably only $20,000 in your diversity and inclusion fund. But I wish that I could meet more genuine just people in the industry.
I would say I feel like the money side of it is so like hush hush and nobody want to share. So we're all hurting each other. Because if Asia's doing a video for $1,000, Liz doing a video for $10,000, and I'm over here trying to figure out what I should pitch to a brand, and they both got the sponsorship, it's just like, okay, well, she's underpaid. And then it's like, but because you accept it, like if I go in saying, oh, well, I want $10,000 because I know Liz got it, they're going to try to undersell me because someone else accepted it. So I feel like if we talk about it more as creators, which I kind of like the whole creator union vibe.
Yeah.
We gonna share online. But I feel like if we had more of a intimate community, like between creators, it would be helpful. Kind of like how they have like the Black Tech conferences. You getting all your Black Tech people together and they spilling the tea and helping each other, come up. I feel like it will be a beautiful place to have like us black influencers, whether it be just our women, natural hair community, like whatever, like having something to just, we be spilling the tea with each other, so that'll help us win. Not like that we against the brands, but that we'll like be able to pitch ourselves better and get more of what we deserve. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed us spilling the tea. Okay, so again, this is our girl, the Sincerely Asia, and our girl Leslie Latrice. And so make sure y'all follow them. Their information will be in the description box. I love y'all so much, and y'all never forget, at the end of the day, without regrets, love yourself and be you to the full. Bye.